Hey there guys, it's the Dragon again. Just wanted to do a quick little video because I've been seeing a lot on forums and stuff. I've done a little bit of reading today. I ain't done much of anything else. Tried to stay off from using my shoulders and my back and stuff as much as I could. Went down, got in a friend of mine's hot tub. It did definitely help relax me. But the one thing I wanted to mention in this video real quick is something about my veiled chameleon, Leo. As y'all know from yesterday's video, I did adopt him. I didn't pay anything for him. There was no warranty, no guarantee, no nothing. But in all actuality, I didn't pay for him. So, win-win. Sucks that the store did not get their money back out of the animal. But it's their policy. So the policy is in place in case an animal cannot be sold out. It has to be adopted out of somebody who wants to take care of him, provide him a good home. And from what I've read, what I've learned, and everything that I've seen, when it comes to these beautiful animals like Leo, he is a Yemen chameleon, or more popularly known as a veiled chameleon. And again, if y'all want to see him, he is up there. He has already passed out. I did not start my live stream before he went to sleep, so he's out for the night. And my leopard geckos are, I think they're asleep under the rock in all honesty. But I wanted to talk a little bit and hit on the point of adopting reptiles. When it comes to, actually not even just reptiles, animals in general. I adopted Leo because I love how he looks. I love the type of animal he is. He's absolutely fantastic. He's slowly becoming more and more and more trusting of me. He doesn't snap, doesn't hiss or anything at me unless I actually get, like, if I actually have to brush up against him or move him around his cage when I'm, in there cleaning. But the thing I want to say is, why spend your money on I think they sell them for $80 or $89, something like that. Why spend that money when you could find one that needs a good home? Maybe a little antisocial, maybe a little hard to work with, but you put more time into it because you love the animal. And adopt that animal so that something bad doesn't happen to them, because either the store can't take care of them anymore, or the person can't take care of them, or they're just too much of a hassle for the person. I didn't go into a store looking to get a chameleon. I didn't. And go into a store planning on spending a bunch of money. We already had the supplies, the tank, the heat lamp, everything for a leopard gecko for the wife. And we left that day with a veiled chameleon. All I had that I could use for him is the wire cage you see him in, which is over there. But at the same time, I already had that from a pair of abronias I had. Now, unfortunately, my abronias did pass away. They didn't live more than 2.5 weeks, unfortunately. Still not exactly sure why they died, but they did. This is not product placement. It's just I like standing here. I'm more comfortable standing. I have to sit a lot during the day, lay down a lot during the day. And again, if you notice, I'm having to physically hold my shoulders back because it hurts. But along with Leo came a responsibility to take care of him. B, responsibility to buy stuff for him. Again, I didn't go into this wanting to spend the amount of money I have on him. So if you look, I've got, now this is a DIY humidifier, just a little humidifier from Target. This one had a nose on it. I snapped the nose off to insert this hose, and all it does is just pump over and around and actually pumps fog into his vivarium. Keeps him nice and happy. I've got some asparagus ferns down here that hold water really well. I've got an apothos back there. And actually I think you can see he's actually been nibbling on it. Either that or his crickets have decided to try and eat some of the plant. Already had this, and I already had the, I think it's a PowerSun 100-watt. I'm not sure. It's a UVA UVB heat bulb all in one. I have it on a timer. But the other thing I didn't expect is I'm going through gallons. Not a gallon, gallons of pure water every week. It's not a huge expense, it's really not. But at the same time, it's an expense you don't plan for. Overall, he was free. I already had the setup. I didn't have the hygrometer that actually sits on top of his tank. I didn't have the thermometer in the back. I didn't have his humidifier. I did not have his mister. This is just a nice little handheld mister. I prefer having the handheld because I know how much water is going in there. I know when he's being watered. And I will try and show y'all the timer setup in the back. This actually controls the time his light comes on and the time his humidifier comes on. His humidifier only runs half an hour every hour. So instead of it running 12 hours a day, it only runs 6. But it keeps his humidity is at 60% right now, and it's at night, which is perfectly good. You should let it dry out a little bit as it goes into night. Spray it before you go to bed. Spray it in the morning. Because that's what they're looking for. They're looking for water to drink in the morning. They'll drink it off the plants. They'll eat some of the plants. They'll eat the foliage. The crickets I throw in there, if he doesn't decide he wants to eat all of them, it's fine. They'll go down, they'll drink the water, they'll drink the liquid calcium that's in the soil. He eats them, he gets the extra calcium. He gets the extra hydration. But if you can see over behind my tank, that is a 8-outlet dual timer. One side of it is always on, the other side is timed. And then plugged into the timed side is also another 30 on 30 off timer, which controls this humidifier. So all in all, I did not go into this expecting to spend that much money. But I'm perfectly okay spending that amount of money because, I love animals. And I did the adoption because it was a way to, he was in a tank. That tank could have been 10 gallons, maybe. Probably more like 7.5. It was like 1.5 feet wide, a foot deep, and like maybe 10 inches tall. He was cramped. He wasn't happy. He was pissed. But now he's here with me. I adopted him. I took on the responsibility to make sure he was happy, healthy, and growing. And from everything I can see with him, he is. He's not completely social like some of them are. But it's okay. Some days he wants to be social. Some days he will bite and snap and hiss at you for opening the door on his vivarium. That's every animal. But if you ever get the chance, say if you go to your local PetSmart or your local Petco or your local whatever exotic animal you're going there, if you're going in there and you're looking around at them and you know, hey, these animals are amazing, I know about them, and somebody says, well, hey, we haven't been able to sell him or sell her, and he or she is past the time we're supposed to allot for them to be sold, we can adopt him out for you, but you waive yada yada yada, whatever. You adopt him, he's yours the second you walk out the door. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. If you're able to take care of that animal and you're able to provide it a good home and nurture it and love it, do it. Take on the responsibility. Because it gets them out of a situation and an area that may not, and more than likely not healthy for them. I'm not bashing on PetSmart. But your tanks are way too freaking small to house some of these animals. I mean, they have, I think the lady told me it was a 15-gallon tank. It's got 6 leopard geckos in it. No, you're supposed to have 10 gallons minimum for each. So that would mean 6 leopard geckos needs a 60-gallon tank. And what they're in, it's just some lazy butt throw together tank. And I'm back on that subject. Sorry, I had to make a quick little cut there. But back on that subject, adopt them. Do it. Because I guarantee you, no matter what animal it is that you adopt, if you can take care of it and provide it a good home, that animal is going to be a lot happier. It's going to be a lot better off. I'm not saying go to your local pet stores and go, hey, do y'all have an adoption program? Do y'all have something up to adopt? Don't go crazy. But if you can provide it a better home, do it. Because these animals aren't raised in nature. They're not raised in the wild. They're not wild animals. They're captive bred animals. That being said, they still don't deserve some of the conditions they're kept in some of these stores. So if you ever have the opportunity to get one a better situation or a better home, and you know you can love for it and care for it, do it. But again, don't go out. And I mean, at the time, say if I didn't have the vivarium, if I didn't have any of his setup, I knew that I could still adopt him, get him home, get him in a nice setup quickly, and I could afford it. Yes, it's been a little bit of a hassle, and I've had to find cheaper methods of doing stuff. A, because that humidifier cost me $40. Hose another $1. It's doing the exact same thing as the Reptifogger, another cut. The Reptifogger's $70. I did it for $40. The mister, it's something I have to manually do. Yes, I could buy a Monsoon or a Reptirain or any of those ZooMed products for $100. There's no point in me doing that. But that's all I want to really hit on today is just adopt out if you can. I know you don't get your warranties, you don't get your guarantees. So what? It's an animal you're helping out of a situation and bringing it into a better one to make that animal happy. I didn't mean for this to be a Debbie Downer video, but guys, come on. These animals don't deserve some of the conditions they're kept in. Help them out. But until tomorrow, this is Dragon, and I'm signing off. Later, guys.